Hey everybody, how you doing today? This big boy 26249 Atlantic Tower. This BK all day, Brooklyn, New York City, so nice. Named it twice. Brooklyn, Gulf City, representing tri-state area, being the focus point of the Empire State. They are, you know, going from roller skating to ruling states of mine, dealing with the continent of America. I just want to say peace, shalom, assalamu alaikum, welcome back, and all that good stuff like that. As we all join hands in the circle with sister, brother, learn to live with one another. That's basically the main focus of what's going on. There's a lot of you may hear these clips right now and basically want to call in. You have a call-in number at 646-787-1813. But I don't believe that it's activated now. Give it a little history on Street Master Spark. Basically, I am outside the circle, looking at the circle, getting ready to take the circle or the cipher and disengage it from the loop of unrighteousness and pull it toward righteousness in another location in space and time. I am the host of the planet. You had those prior to me who came and took titles. The word title, Title, is the word elite, Elite. So in their elite state of hope, the elite state of giving you something to hope for. Something was SUMTHIN, which basically was dealing with the positive numbers, numbers or figures or symbols. Numbers is what it really sounds like what it is numb, being numb by is flames and fire. The ER, the IR, the OR, the UR represent the deteriorating factor that would not grow but deteriorate, that would not sustain life and recycle life through the proper channel. But I'm State Master Spark, I-9 Gabriel the 19th. And I say to you that man child, the child of man being from is the womb. The womb, WOMB, the W is the double of the U. So the sound of the U, UMM, is and the word womb is the same. So the womb and meaning twice, coming from that which it comes from is the same. But man child has lied to his creator being the womb man. So as we continue to learn these things, see your child, man, from every womb has set up a global empire by killing and robbing children all around the world. The word world is WORLD, which means LD means to lead. WOR is to lead into war. kill or be killed animalistic way of this 6,000 years, which ended 9,999. The 6,000 years of this creation ended 9,999. Through the ages of 18 to 30, man has devised a way of killing the genes, genetics, through war, through his world. The word war is also used, the letters is R-A-W, which is the raw state, not the supreme state of thou shalt not kill. Then when you go into religion, which is not what we are or who we are or what we do, we have a way of life. And in that way of life, we have sent representatives in the sacred cipher to reach out and to heal those along the timeline of this creation. We have sent representatives to Judaism, of Islamism, and Christianism to guide you back in the circle to give you the degrees of purification so you can return back to your proper state. Things that we do is to give you back your full place. You see, man in his programming from the educational system, public as well as private, has set up a global empire by killing and robbing children all over the world. 18 to 30 in age, as you follow him, you will face the same pain that he will face in this Roman time, as we refer to now as Judgment Day. A day with the Lord is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is a day. And with the big Lord, the next 1,000 years will be Judgment Day. Those who do not do right will not be right. Those who are not right was not meant to be right. That which is shall always be. That which is not shall never be. This is the reason why we are disengaging from unrighteousness, as being taught by those representatives of righteousness and all the 3 degrees of purification. So let not those who do not belong to the sacred cipher fool you. The Elohim decided to present the kingdom on earth. Those women who have stopped to look at what was wrong in this life of many. Today they stand for the real and give you the answers to your relief from those who are lying. This lying was called the devil. The word devil is actually the word dual, which means twice, and dual, which means double-minded. The word devil, D-I-V-L, Givil or Lived represents when man, which was the opposite or opposing force, was created in the womb of his creator, which he do not acknowledge. So those who do not acknowledge their creator, which is called mother, the M, which means my, and OTHER means other, the M that represents my or me out of her. These things we say with the infinite flow to manifest the truth and let the light grow. Born twice, so the world could fully understand the trials and tribulation of the original man, man meaning from meaning womb, land. So stay tuned to the sacred circle on earth and represent with the fullness of righteousness. Hey everybody. Hey everybody, how you doing today? This big boy 216, 249 Last South. This BK all day, Brooklyn, New York City, so nice. Named it twice. Brooklyn, Gunsmoke City, representing tri-state area, being the focus point of the Empire State. State of mind, going from roller skating to ruling states of mind, dealing with the continent of America. I just want to say peace, shalom, assalamu alaikum, welcome back, and all that good stuff like that. As we all join hands in the circle with sister, brother, learn to live with one another. That's basically the main focus of what's going on. There's a lot of you who may hear these clips right now and basically want to call in. You do have a call-in number at 646-787-1813. But I don't believe that it's activated now. Give me a little history of Steve Nasser's Spark. Basically, I am outside the circle, looking at the circle, getting ready to take the circle or the cipher and disengage it from loops of unrighteousness and pull it toward righteousness in another location in space and time. I am the host of the planet. You had those prior to me who came and took titles. The word title, Title, is the word elite, Elite. So in their elite state of hope, the elite state of giving you something to hope for. Something was SUMCHIN, which basically was dealing with the positive numbers, or figures or symbols. Numbers is what it really sounds like. What it is numb, being numb by is flames and fire. The ER, the IR, the OR, the UR represent the deteriorating factor that would not grow but deteriorate, that would not sustain life and recycle life through the proper channel. But I'm State Master Spark, I-9 Gabriel the 19th. And I say to you that man shall, the child of man, Man being from is the womb. The womb, WOMB. The W is the double of the U. So the sound of the UMM, is and the word womb is the same. So the womb and meaning twice, coming from that which it comes from, is the same. But man child has lied to his creator being the womb man. So as we continue to learn these things, he, your child, man, from every womb, has set up a global empire by killing and robbing children all around the world. The word world is WORLD, which means LD means to lead. WOR is to lead into war, kill or be killed, animalistic way of this 6,000 years, which ended 9999. The 6,000 years of this creation ended 9999. Through the ages of 18 to 30, man has devised a way of killing the genes, genetics, through war, through his world. The word war is also used, the letters is RAW, which is the raw state, not the supreme state of thou shalt not kill. Then when you go into religion, which is not what we are or who we are or what we do, we have a way of life. And in that way of life, we have sent representatives in the sacred cipher to reach out and to heal those along the timeline of this creation. We have sent representatives, Judaism, of Islamism, and Christianism, to guide you back in the circle, to give you the degrees of purification so you can return back to your proper state. Things that we do is to give you back your full place. You see, man in his programming from the educational system, public as well as private, has set up a global empire by killing and robbing children all over the world. 18 to 30 in age, as you follow him, you will face the same pain that he will face in this Roman time, as we refer to now as Judgment Day. A day with the Lord is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is a day. And with the big Lord, the next 1,000 years will be Judgment Day. Those who do not do right will not be right. Those who are not right was not meant to be right. That which is shall always be. That which is not shall never be. This is the reason why we are disengaging from unrighteousness as being taught by those representatives of righteousness in all the three degrees of purification. So let not those who do not belong to the sacred cipher fool you. The Elohim society presents the queendom on earth. Those women who have stopped to look at what was wrong in this life of many. Today they stand for the real and give you the answers to your release from those who are lying. This lying was called the devil. The word devil is actually the word dual, which means twice, and dual, which means double-minded. The word devil, D-I-V-I-L, or L-I-V-E-D, represents when man, which was the opposite or opposing force, was created in the womb of his creator, which he do not acknowledge. So those who do not acknowledge their creator, which is called mother, the M, which means my, and O-T-H-E-R means other, the M that represents my or me out of her. These things we say with the infinite flow to manifest the truth and let the light grow. Born twice, so the world could truly understand the trials and tribulations of the original man, man meaning from meaning womb, land. So stay tuned to the sacred circle on earth and represent with the fullness of righteousness. Love Hope Radio. Christ Land Ministry. The ministry and teachings of all the people of God in the states of Georgia, Missouri, Florida, Virginia, New York, California, and all the neighboring states. It was once said that 144,000 could not teach the world of the next 1,000 years, which is a new day to the angelic host that we are and we also represent as our ancestors. Yes, those who are melanated, and yes, those who are not, were created by the host of the earth, which is now considered as angels, Elohim, and Anaki. And some, those who are so far away from nature, aliens. And with that, we want to go through the book of the Bible or the scriptures of that which was left by those men who were inspired by those angelic beings who represented what is now called the father figure. All this will be explained in Christ's land ministry. I want to give a big up to the Empress and our tribal leader, glorious Empress Sarah, who has been diligently working to make sure those on earth get a fair chance of hearing these divine words. As we begin to repeat that which was taught improperly. Today we start off by saying, may each of you be blessed and be less of who you used to be and more of what you need to be. For the word blessed means to be less. So you want to be blessed. You want to be less of the things that you were doing that was not right naturally. We must all turn to nature and to use the scriptures in its origin or originality, not the translated scriptures that was used by the kings. For the kings were not the messengers of the people. The ones that were to give the people the message were considered to be the prophets. Now this word prophet was taken and moved out to be spooky. But the word prophet is a simple word. It means, they say prophetic. That means prophetic means that you see things or you have visions or you were giving a warning. But the word prophet today will be proven. The word prophet will be prove it. Prove it. It is the it force, which is the continuation of what we call solid, which is the dense matter. Then you have liquid, which is less dense, and then you have gases. And in that gases, you have finer gases, which runs into from gases to etheric gases. And then from the etheric, you have what they call another dimension. So you have solid, liquids, and gases, which deals with this realm, which we call Earth, or what they call Gia, G-I-A, or G-E-O. And these explanations, you'll be able to get a clearer picture and get on the narrow path of you who are encased in your individual body. You are in a body, a solid frame. You have organs in your body that deals with different textures and density. Your bones, skeletal, your skeletal system keeps you mobile by way of strength and structure and density. Your organs keep you pliable and keep your circuits in the system of the liquids flowing through your body. Different textures of skin is the largest organ you have. Then you have your liver, you have your stomach, as you say, you have your heart, you have many things that you must identify. It's very important for you to learn yourself, who you are, and where you are within yourself, and how to come out of yourself. Then you have the essence of who you are, which they call energy, which is they also call soul, S-O-U-L, and then they call style, A-L. And this style part once it gets to style, it also rises up from the body, and you being in that body through an etheric cord. This etheric cord is the cord that right now some of the people is cut off, some of the people are blocked, some of the people did not have the right for that cord to be connected, because this is the degree that they were to earn. Some of you were giving more, not more than you deserve, but giving you were chosen. In the scriptures, they use it as favor, or the chosen people. Now, some of you claim to be chosen amongst your creation, but you have different types of creation on earth. You have the new Adam, which means people of the ground, and these people's ether cord or their connection to their higher self was cut off, and those children of the angels or the angelic realm that left their children was to be their priest or high priest, high in status and pre-existing, what was written by script, pure, or true writing or scribble. Now, which basically passed the writing of man was the hieroglyphics of the pyramid. The hieroglyphics of the pyramid satisfied both realms of the brain. And we'll go into that because that's not the focus of where we at now. But the scribble or the writing, what that did, that left out and led to man's fake authority over the woman that created him in the womb. You see, the fact that people say, well, it was a mysterious God, and God made man, and then man was lonely and had woman. But the reality of the gift of your sensors, SENSOR, which people call senses, seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, and feeling, which the five senses that was given to this creation, which we call human. The human, the word you, H-U, and the word R-U in food means energy. So the word men, M-I-N, means from. So we say energy from, human, energy from. So man, the word man, in the concept of vowels, the word vowels means level. L-E-V-E-L is vowels, V, E, V-O-W-E-L. Levels, vowels is the same. And as you get to see what I'm saying, but now the mind is trying to figure out what I'm saying to touch it. I'm good at what I do. The truth is the light. The light will shine in the confusion. There's only one light, but it has different degrees. And when you at the brightest light, you'll be able to see. When the light is dim, it leads to illusion. And this where they get the word ill from. Illusion. So as we start to teach about the things that was never taught before, and we start to bring in and correct, this is the word I want you to understand today. In your understanding, I want you to understand. In your understanding, I want you to overstand. I want us to be on one accord because you have different creations on the planet. You have people that's in human bodies and connected to a different part of the galaxy. So when we say our Father who art in heaven, it's not our Father who is the heaven. Let me say that again. When we say our Father who art in heaven, he's in a place in heaven. He's not the whole heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us this day, the day that's considered to be the 24-hour period. And it can go less and more within hours or seconds. That's not the issue. We're talking about the day. Now, the word day is the word D-A-Y, is the word Y-A-D, which is yad. And that yad means hand. And that hand, or your hand, my hand, every hand, is an extremity of the body or the torso. The torso is not the body, but the torso is the brain. The whole torso. But they have divided and cut it up through what they knew or how they were to use their writing or scribbles, because they became the author. And when you're the author, over a period of time, you become the authority of what you have written if someone don't dispute it. And by the work that people have been doing over the past 500 years, it got brutal. The reason why it got brutal because this creation in 6,000 years of this creation called man on the planet Earth, the way he was created was if he did not kill, he would not survive. He was the origin of this creation, and within this creation is the big fish eat the little fish. The stronger it was to survive it. And so what happened was the angelic beings seen that and said, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to choose some people. We're going to give them a part of us. Give us that supreme. So they'll be supreme over those in creation. They'll still be humans, but they'll be extra on earth or extra on what they call terra. Terra is the same as earth. And that's where they get the word territory from. Territorial. They don't like terrorists because the terrorist is an expansionist. And they'll take the territory which they call earth. It's as simple as that. So now, so you have these people that were chosen. They were given the law. They were given, putting a garden, what they call a garden, and they call it Jerusalem. Jerusalem, Jeru, means city. The city of Jah. Jah, Ru. Remember that Ru is life. The life, Jah, and Salem means peace. So then we talk about Jah, Ru, Salem. And this is what was explained to humans at the time. This is Jerusalem. Right. They knew it was special. At the same time, to the host of the planet, it was not called Jerusalem. It was called Shamsi, and it was a laboratory. See, what religion does, religion tries to trick you with history. They try to be the high story or his story, and they translate it or water down what they have because they don't have the direct content. The direct content. Now, today we can see a direct contact in what we call a download. How something can be downloaded into something. And this is how the prophets got it by way of what we call Waya. Waya, inspiration. Is the inspiration by way of this inspiration by communication, as far as verbally, orally, as far as the angelic being uh, transformed into a human and started teaching, or it could be other things. So, so what's going on now is that we have a way, 1970, and then after 70 came 77, which was the end of 1970, that 7 years. The word seven, as humans say, is perfected, but seven basically means the scene. It's S-E, they say V-E-N, but it's really S-E-U-E-N. So it's things. The U sound or the U sound is is part of the fly and able tones that they use in an alphabet or alphabet, which we'll talk about that another time. But now, we're talking about Christland Ministry, we're talking about Georgia, Missouri, Florida, Virginia, North Carolina, California. And these things that we say with the infinite flow to manifest the truth to the light and below. The application of the truth must be done each day. Those who basically say they got the truth, but the truth that they have is not the naked truth. It's not the origin. Origin from the word original. They have the origin of the lie. And the word lie, L-I-E, is actually supposed to be E-L-I, which means exalted. So they took one part and they created something else out of the subject or the subject of something, and then they used that subject. Subject meaning sub, beneath. So all these words can now be explained. So when you're going with the Bible, and these are the introductory lessons, and what has happened, that the English language always had the masculine gender, because the English king and the king or queen at one time, she inhabited 3/4 of the world. Now, when we talk about England, when we talk about United Kingdom, when we talk about Switzerland, we talk about Germany, we talk about all of these different tribes that they use different names, and they took them out of their biblical names and put them into their state names. When they say state or political names, the policy that they were now embracing. After they took titles from what we call the Magna Carta, Duke, Earl, Barrister, things of that nature, they took them out, or they tried to get out of the overseers of the high priest, who was taught, or what they call prophets, high priest, prophets, prophetess, who was taught to the people, and the people said they want to have a king. That's where the king came in at. And the king, you see,
tried to lead the people out of the narrow path and bring them into a slaughter. When we say slaughter, we say economical servitude. When that was not what the Most High or God had used. And we'll explain how they use a massive or massacre or masculine as the massive way to eliminate not only those who are feminine, but to eliminate those who are masculine. The firstborn was to be eliminated in this day. And this is through the war, R-A-W, war, R-A-W, which is W-A-R, war. War is fighting. And the first thing in the political religion that is still spoken of, but not acted upon, is thou shalt not kill. So, as people today consider themselves in the Bible, we're going to use this as a reference point to make clarification and to bring in the origin of what this Bible is. Now, the Bible has done great things, but it wasn't to the point of you being saved or delivered from your wretched self, which are your ancestors who did not listen to the host of the planet. Now, I am, and you can be. Can you say I am? If you say I am, you are part of the spiritual family, and you will rise up out of your damnation. Can you say I am today? Can you walk with Christ Land Ministry? Are you are in Georgia, Missouri, Florida, Virginia, New York, or even California? As we begin to brave all the souls together as one. Because with love and unity, we shall rise up victorious. So with that in mind, I want you to bow your heads while I say a prayer for you. Heavenly Father, we stand before you in prayer, asking you to give us a better understanding by way of your angelic host. Heavenly Father, let me be a member of Christ Land Ministry. For I live in Georgia. I live in Missouri. I live in Florida. I live in Virginia. I live in New York. And I live in California. Help me so I can help all your children. I am, by the intention of the heart, love all creation. And I will not be blinded by the physical aspect of the body, for I will look at each person and feel their divine presence. And see the same reflex to the Father by way of the angelic being. Christ Land Ministry. Amen.
Hey everybody. Hey everybody. Hey, what's going on everybody?